Alright, hey Layla, hope you've been well. Let's have a look at this shot.
Oh my god, I'm gonna feel this! No, you won't. Just pick C for everything. What if there's no C? The big D. D for don't worry. Seriously, man? Oh my god, I'm gonna feel this! No, you won't. Just pick C for everything. What if there's no C? The big D. D for don't worry. Seriously, man?
Alright, cool. So there's a few things we can fix and a few areas where it is looking stiff. So you did mention you got that note from a recruiter. So I'm just going to randomly address everything. So one of the things I see is in Lupin's eyes when he's chilling. This is nice, right? Because it's half lidded. It works really well. This is cool. But then you see here, you've got these huge C shapes. And they're too big. Like if you look at that corner, it's like that sort of shape. So it's not very appealing. So for the session timeout, what's happening? You want to keep that real flat like that. Especially here, that's where you can see it. Like you see it really bad. You want to keep that flat or slightly bent. You don't want to have that big semicircle that you have there. So that's one of the main things that pokes out to me. And then it's also, you've got like this sinking shape here in the eye, just there. So I would try and not sink in so much. Keep the, you can see it here very clearly as well. Your eye kind of goes like that. So try to keep it as best as you can. A clean line on both sides. I'm not sure what's going on here. Yeah. So just keep this, just round this out a bit more so it's a nice semicircle at the bottom. And then flat at the top. See what that kind of shape. Cool. So that's the eyes. We'll come back to Lupin. Now to address this stiffness, the biggest area that you see it is here, and that is because you're coming down, right? And if you're here like this, right, just keep it like this here, and then you see that you lock. So you want to have some. I'm just going to brush a bit thicker. Right, I'm just going to do it like this instead. Stiff there, so I'm going to add some overlap. So here you might want to drag the hand a bit. And squeeze it. Now you don't want to be floppy. I've drawn that very floppy just to show you that that's the kind of overlap you want. But it's mainly between these two parts here, this one and this one. You want some separation like this. Right? Let me know if it doesn't make sense. So you can see it again on this arm here. Like this. So this one's super stiff, right? Like you hold this exact shape the whole time. It's very slow movement actually. Everything's moving at once as well. The chest and the arms, right? You see that? So you can offset that as well. You can have the chest moving, right? And then have the arm still dragging up here. And this one will be like this. And recoil. So then you've got offset now between the chest and the arms, and also the forearms and the bicep. It's less stiff, right? And you can add a little bit of flop in the hand. You are stiff, so that's why like you may not have that much. It might be a lot sharper. So just keep that in mind, because you are like stressed. It's not going to be like a floppy kind of overlappy animation, but you can still squeeze it in there. Because there you see that's moving exactly with the chest through here. See that? Right? And then when you put your arms down here, right, don't forget that your shoulder is connected to your arm. So when I rest my arm, my shoulder either will relax or push up or something. But basically what it looks like is your arms are just coming from here to there, like that. And there's no leaning. So you could, for example, when you lean, lift the shoulder up a little bit to show that you're pushing down on this, right? So that's not completely stiff. You just got to loosen up the body a little bit. So just keep that in mind. Watch these hand shapes as well. You can create a more appealing hand shape there. I'm not going to attempt to draw one, but maybe I am going to attempt to draw one. No, I'm not. Just drew a claw. Look at the hand shape reference library that we have in the reference folder, and then you can see some nice hand shapes in there. Alright, so that's where it's the most stiff for me. When you do this as well, your neck and your head is stiff, right? So you can, when you do this, drop the head. I don't know if it's gonna work. Let's see. Yeah, so see how when you land, you drop the head and then you come back up. The coming back up is really rough here, especially this last one. Right, so it's the offset with the neck and the head as well, and the chest. So remember, like if ever your animation is stiff, just remember your character looks like this, right? And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Just think of it like little balls like this. And each one technically should not move in sync. Like nothing should move in sync really at any point. There's obviously going to be a case when it should, But generally, if I move my arm, it's going to be leading. You can lead with the shoulder, so the shoulder is going to move first, but then because I'm moving my shoulder, my chest is going to move, and then I'm moving my shoulder, so my elbow will move, and then my arm is going to move here, right? So you just got to remember when you're animating to have everything kind of, you got to remember everything is connected and everything needs to move, and nothing should move robotically at the exact same time. And if your animation is looking stiff, all you have to do is get separation between all these little limbs and little parts. Right, so 1, 2, and 3. So as long as these three things are not moving one to one, as in like completely locked, it won't look stiff. Same thing with these arms here. So you can just scrub through the animation and see anywhere that's moving exactly one to one, and then just have a look at it to see if you can add some more fleshiness to it. Like here. Still got this moving a little bit. It's not so bad though, the start doesn't play so bad. It does look like something's missing though. Kind of stopping. I'd say your movement's too soft. Like when you stop, it should be like that, you know, like a quicker reaction, not reaction, like overlap here. So when you stop, bam. Like if you speed it up, it might look pretty cool. Yeah. Maybe it might pay to stay down low here. Just thinking out loud here. You see how you're coming up as it's turning, and then you don't have too far to go here. So if you stay a bit lower, like swing around, and when you stop, come up, could look cool. I'm not sure about that note actually. Maybe not, maybe that's fine. Yeah, maybe you just have to add more here, and also include rotation from here. You're only rotating here. That's why it's also stiff. You got to remember that you're moving your seat, right? It's not that that's locked completely. You should have this rotation as well, so that it's coming back. See what I mean? Don't be afraid to rotate the hips here. So that's where, maybe that's the issue. Maybe that's why that looks off, because you're not doing anything here. Ignore this head thing. You could mix it in, but just like a tiny bit, not a huge amount, because I did it way too much. I would decide if you want to keep these parented, then you should keep them parented. Don't let them fall behind here and then catch up. Just keep them locked on the head if you're going to do that. I would suggest you keep them locked on the head. There's no point coming off and then back on again. Alright, now Lupin. He's just real floaty.
Just pick. No, you won't. Just pick.
Like the way he moves his head across is very even.
Pick C for
And then he moves it back at the exact same pace. So when you're talking to somebody, like, just pick C for everything. It's going to be like a, you want to have your ease in, your gap, and your ease out, right? You want to have fun timing. You don't ever want to have this. Right? Not good.
What if there's no C? The big D. Pick C for everything. What if there's no C? The big D. D for don't worry.
I think you could change his expression for then pick D, right? You know, like you hear his voice lift, you hear his voice raise. So I think that's a good opportunity to like open up his eyes. And then you've got this very much flat like this, right? Don't forget to have some asymmetry in the face. Make it more appealing.
Big D.
Yeah, there you go. So you open it up here. Your lip sync is a little off as well. It should be the F. And or you should get an or shape, an O shape. See, this is not an appealing shape, right? So you wanna get, like, if you wanna say don't, I'm not the best at drawing lips, right? But that's slightly more appealing, like that. Pretty sure we got a library with a don't sound, like an O sound from Lupin. You could check it out. Don't. And then the don't can go into the worry, right? So the don't worry, you don't have to change shapes. The O and the W are the same shape, just a little bit more compressed. And then yeah, you got the right idea. Just get this corner over here a bit more. Don't take his blink so far. Take his blink just to there. I think it'd be better if you kept eye contact as well when he says seriously, man. You know, like he's pleading to the guy. Like, seriously, man, is that what you've got for me? That sort of thing. I think that's a nicer finish. I think that's cool.
What if there's no C? The big D. D for don't worry.
Just watch your arms and stuff. Right, if you're coming up here, I might come like this. You see here, you're coming like this, and then you're going up. So you've got this action. So if it was me, I would go like this. And I jumped the gun a bit, but you can see how that's a bit cleaner. Delete this here. There we go, something like that. So it's a nice arc. And then try to keep like a nice shape here like this. Make a flex. And just just watch this shoulder, bring this shoulder back. Relax it. Bring his shoulders really pressed in like this. You want to like relax them down. Relax them down and back. Fix his shoulders. Cool. Alright, well that should do. There's a few notes here to keep you up before your next class. Take everything that I said and just look throughout the shot at other areas where the same note would apply. Mainly the separation between the limbs. And I look forward to seeing your update.